But now more than ever, there is a big press conference today to give their quarterly update. And in particular, we're interested today in how the power crisis has impacted and will impact the mining sector. And we're joined by Christiaan Tefo, who is Senior Policy Analyst at the Chamber of Mines. Good morning to you, Christiaan. What are your members, or rather, first of all, what is Eskom saying to you about what they want your members to do?
Yes, good morning to you and your viewers. Eskom talks to the mining industry. They do this in the form of emails and SMSs on a daily basis, where it gets communicated how much supply they've got, what they think the demand will be for the day, and if they are thinking that we're very close to an emergency, they also indicate that. Now there's different forums where Eskom calls on to the mining sector to come and sit. We get every 2 months there's an EIUG meeting where you have Eskom sitting. They give us the status of their power plants and where they are. So we know where Eskom is and we know what they are doing in terms of correcting what is happening. Now also in terms of load shedding, there's a load shedding protocol where from about 2008, Eskom and government has been engaging with the Chamber of Mines to make sure that the load shedding effects do not affect lives of people underground. So basically, they know that for a mine, you can't just switch off. You need to give them 2 hours notice, up to 4 hours notice, so that we can pull out our people. Remember, on a gold mine of about 7,000 people, you've got at any time about 4,000 underground. Now, if you were to immediately switch them off, it would mean that you can't ventilate the underground workings. By that I mean you can't cool it down because it's 50 degrees Celsius temperatures under there. You can't pump out your water, so meaning that you can flood the mines. And another one is that you can't transport the people. So meaning that basically you would have 4,000 people trapped underground. Certainly nobody wants that, and Eskom is on board. They talk to us. We also have twice a year a meeting between the CEO of the chamber and Eskom to make sure that we deal with issues.
So Eskom is communicating. What are your members saying in response?
Well, our members are saying that we are in a crisis. The chamber since 2008 has been helping in terms of demand reduction. Even when it quieted up that there was load shedding from 2010 during the World Cup, mines were still taking a hit because they were at any time when there was any concern with the electricity grid, they would be asked to reduce their demand. Now this has happened from 2008 up to 2014. It's only now that you're seeing in the news that it's starting again and residentials are being included, including other sectors.
What about the effect on operations? As you say, it's not like switching on a light switch, switch off the mine, switch on the mine again. If this happens too often and you've got guys coming up and going back down again and coming up again, and we assume that they will control the cuts as they plan to, there must come a point where the miner says it's just not worth it to mine anymore. I'm not productive anymore.
You see, one thing.
How close are you to that? Is what I'm saying.
What you must understand about the South African mining environment is that we are about 120 years old. We've got the deepest underground mines in terms of our gold. So these guys go very, very deep into planning their operations. They work out different scenarios, and they basically look at risks that they are facing in terms of infrastructure like water, electricity, and those. Now, I think short term, we are going to survive it, so there shouldn't be any concerns in terms of mining surviving this. But our main concern is in terms of growth into the future. It's in terms of looking at beneficiation. We know that beneficiation can multiply, your revenues from ores up to 6 times. Sorry. Now, if you do not have electricity, you cannot beneficiate. So that's one of our main concerns. We're doing exploration, and by doing exploration, you're doing it so that you can find a diamond. And if you find a diamond, you actually want to have the energy to actually take it out of the ground and put it on a finger. That's what you want.
So if this is likely to put a hold on exploration, what policies or what measures have been put in place?
You see, as mining companies, even though this is dire conditions, you still need to move on. Now we've got companies that have installed energy efficiency measures to ensure that they actually operating at lower electricities. You've got companies that have actually gone full-blown and went for diesel generators. They've also installed thermal generators on their shaft to ensure that they can still go on. We've got such a mine in Tabazimbi who are basically operating like that on consensus with Eskom that in 2 years when they come online, they'll be given more energy to make sure that their operations can go on.
Well, doubtless you will be looking, as we all are, to that conference today to see what we're going to be told about the electricity situation from Eskom. Thanks to Christiaan Tefo. He is Senior Policy Analyst at the Chamber of Mines.